60 Minutes Overtime.
I think I realized I was a little different. My first year in the league, when I was very serious about the game at all times, whether it's a shoot around, whether it was a light practice, whether it was on the plane, whether it was in the hotel on the road. I would study the game. I would think about our opponents, and what we're going to do the next practice, what we're going to do the next game. And not every player was doing that. I didn't think this is special. I thought it was different. I thought it could give me an advantage, against my opponents if my opponents aren't doing the same thing. I don't play around with basketball. I don't fool around with that. I'm very serious about it. But it's enjoyable for me to play the game. But I love winning. And to win, you kind of have to grind it out sometimes.
Kobe's got a lot of self-esteem, and he feels comfortable being by himself. He feels comfortable with his own world. I do know on the road, most of the time he spends it in his room, and most of the time he asks us for the tape of the game we played the night before the opponent we're playing the next night. And he has a VCR, and he sets it up, and he watches games. He has a weight instructor that comes with him in the morning, early in the morning. He's down working out in the weights and getting his body and his mind ready for the basketball. He's very, very dedicated to this, to becoming the best player he can be.
No, I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA. Big day.
There's a lot of publicity, talk about, a high school kid wanting to be a professional player, and your first thought is, these guys can't do this. They're not good enough, and they're not mature enough. But when he announced that he was going to become a professional, he was here in Los Angeles visiting with his agent. And his agent said, "Why don't you work him out?" And I said, "Might as well, he's in town." And we go to this workout, and I said, "My goodness," I said, "this is really a uniquely skilled young kid." And I think the most important thing after the workout was the interview, because he wasn't like a teenage kid. Just listen to him and what he wanted to do with his life. The poise that he had for a young kid was really eye-opening. Then he was here in town again, and we had some other kids in town working out with him, and during the course of this workout, I said, "My goodness," I said, "these kids are all going to be drafted ahead of him, and they shouldn't be drafted ahead of him. This kid should be the #1 player taken in the draft," and I truly felt that.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, Kobe. Make this one good, please, 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 please.
When people say role models, everybody automatically has this image of somebody who doesn't make mistakes and, is, a perfect role model or whatever. And that's no such thing. What I think of a role model is a person, who's in the limelight, and a person who might make a mistake, not necessarily in the limelight, but a person that makes a mistake, and people are able to learn from that mistake. Not to criticize the individual or tear him down or whatever, but I'm going to make mistakes, and I would like the kids to learn from them. And so when they go down the road, they don't make the same mistake. I used to only be extremely happy when I'm playing basketball. But, falling in love obviously adds another dimension to your life. She's just it. She's just the one. I knew it. She's so beautiful, but she's also a beautiful person. She's very strong, strong-willed. And those are some of the traits that I admire the most about her. To be married, I'm really looking forward to that.